Offenses like this were common in the then segregated Arlington, Virginia, until activists like Jackie Smith began breaking down racial barriers. To say their love was one for the ages is no tall tale, but when a local veteran's dying wish was to have his wife buried by his side here in Arlington National Cemetery, no one could anticipate that his death would begin her biggest battle yet. Searching for a new workout routine this year? Well, look no further. I'll tell you how this new craze uses heart rate monitor technology, some friendly competition, and will get you into shape and have you seeing orange. It's easy as ABC, 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you how local teachers are using hip-hop to help students excel in the classroom. Many believe that sex trafficking can only occur in hotels, but authorities are now saying that it can also include affluent suburban areas. For many, sex trafficking involves chilling images of frightened young girls, immigrants, and wayward women. But authorities like Detective Bill Wolf now believe that sex trafficking looks more like two-parent homes.
A lot of families here have both parents working full-time, or it's a single-parent home where that parent just is struggling to make ends meet, get through the day, and by the time they get home, that child is just left with a lack of identity.
This modern-day form of slavery is occurring and expanding in Northern Virginia. Research suggests that behind drugs and guns, it has grown to the third most profitable enterprise. Detective Bill Wolf believes youth should have education material on sex trafficking provided as early as grade 6.
It's my opinion that that level of comprehensive program should be instituted across the board, all across the United States.
With Arlington being the 5th largest hub in the nation for sex trafficking, many Catholic parishes are getting involved. Ann Murphy of Our Lady Queen of Peace believes that forums held at the church are the first steps.
Many of them come out of our neighborhoods. So our advocacy action was to make sure that that curriculum is being delivered.
More organizations and parents are searching for ways to prevent sex trafficking before it's too late. Donna, a mother of 4 and local teacher, wants other parents to recognize the signs.
They go to school, then after school they can be, they're targeted, they can go out and do the work they're supposed to do, and then they're home for dinner and doing their homework at night.
Organized crime like trafficking has shifted its commerce towards an online marketplace.
They're lonely, they're posting it on there, they're just, I'm not pretty, things like that, and those are the kids that get targeted.
Once they get them involved in the scenario, then they're trapped. And it's unfortunate. As adults, sometimes we forget how powerful that L word really is, love.
In order to protect youth, Arlington, like many across the nation, are working with authorities to organize a plan to help combat this growing social problem. I'm Talia Kirkland in Arlington, Virginia. If you've ever been to the city's south side, then you know how much of a hassle parking can be. And now the city is considering extending parking permit hours. This new parking enhancement district has some local employees concerned.
Once the permits started popping up, it's just gotten worse and worse, and it's just getting harder and harder to find a spot that I could park, because I don't feel like paying for parking all day.
The Southside Flats would serve as a pilot area for the new regulation, enforcing meter parking throughout the day and asking patrons to utilize a shuttle bus service has many frustrated.
It's very difficult. Patients often have to run down to their meters and they'll miss the doctor, and they're always concerned about, do I have enough quarters? It's been very difficult.
While economic concerns are important, supporters of the measure say the new regulation will benefit the people who live on the South Side.
During the evenings, we're like prisoners. It's like we can't really go anywhere, we can't drive anywhere, because we know we'll never get another spot, whether it's during the day or during the evening. It's a problem, and I think that this is a wonderful way, at least to start.
The commissioner, in conjunction with local businesses, are working to develop a system that will support everyone's parking needs.
If they could do something for the people who work down here, I don't see an issue with it. I think 2 hours is enough time.
Right now, a start date for the new parking regulations have yet to be determined. However, the city says they will give everyone enough notice. I'm Talia Kirkland in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? It looks like one local police department certainly has some work to do. On Sunday afternoon, a woman led officers on a wild pursuit in a minivan painted to look like the Mystery Machine from the classic cartoon. According to Reading County Police, Sharon K. Turbin was wanted for a probation violation. But when officers spotted the suspect behind the wheel of the 1994 Chrysler minivan, she took off, at one point driving through an intersection against a red light, hitting 4 other vehicles. She continued reaching speeds over 100 miles per hour and finally abandoned her vehicle. Turbin, who is still at large, is wanted by the Reading Police Department. Officials are urging anyone with information to contact them. Governor Tom Wolf put pen to paper today, signing an executive order giving hundreds of state employees a pay raise. The measure ensures workers under the governor's jurisdiction will be paid no less than $10.15 an hour. That's $3 more than the current minimum wage. The measure also gives a boost to employees of organizations that negotiate state contracts. The governor says his next steps would be to set the minimum wage at over $10 an hour for everyone. Antonio Brown won't just be gliding into the end zone. He can now add gliding across the dance floor to his impressive record. The Steeler wide receiver announced on ESPN SportsCenter that he will join the ranks as the second Steeler to compete on Dancing with the Stars, following Hines Ward, who was a season 12 winner. But just like on the football field, competition will be fierce. NFL Network says Von Miller, the Denver Bronco linebacker and Super Bowl 50 MVP, is also joining the show. The complete lineup for the 22nd season of Dancing with the Stars will be introduced Tuesday morning on Good Morning America.
Walk like the man you is. Booed, you said it best, you better walk like a champion.
Hip-hop is the international language of young people, and you can't speak Beethoven to people who speak hip-hop.
Dr. Natalie Ozeas has witnessed the power of music firsthand in the classroom. She began the program 14 years ago with one goal: to enrich the learning process.
The students get a great sense of accomplishment from this. Writing it, performing it, creating the beats.
Despite the program's success, Pittsburgh School District has been forced to make devastating cuts to their music education.
That's why our program is so important, because we've been able to fill in some of those gaps.
4 years ago, Sharon, a local rap artist, joined the mission. He quickly began teaching youths the craft that inspired him.
It gives me so much, joy to see them learning the process, because they already listen to it, but to actually learn it themselves and to take part in it, it gives them like a responsibility that I don't see them getting in other ways.
Kids who didn't attend classes are now engaged and active participants.
But once that music comes on, their attitude becomes more positive, more progressive, and they're ready to work.
With more art programming being cut, local artists like Sharon are hoping to keep hip-hop inside of the classroom. I'm Talia Kirkland in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. While Uber cannot guarantee that drivers like the suspect in the Kalamazoo shooting won't slip through the cracks, executives are confident in their vetting process and ensure that their extensive background checks will keep riders safe. I'm Talia Kirkland, reporting for Duke TV News. Now remember, everyone that saw the premiere tonight has to keep their lips sealed, but you'll be able to see what happens on Thursday when it goes in theaters nationwide. I'm Talia Kirkland in downtown Pittsburgh for Channel 4 Action News. In the race to the White House, candidates must clear several hurdles, one being the Potomac River. Presidential hopefuls must first win here in Virginia in order to get to Washington, D.C. I'm Talia Kirkland for Duke TV News.